Welcome, Starseed sister, to the struggle to feel yourself awakening when the world is not. About a week ago, I did a session with a healer and an intuitive coach. And during this session, I saw that that picture, like bandages were covering her head. They covered her ears, her eyes, her throat, her crown, third eye, and throat chakra. They were all covered in these bandages. And with the help of her guides, I could remove these bandages. And only then I saw that there was like a beautiful little seed that was growing on top of her head. And for me, this beautiful little seed represented something really precious and new that tried to grow but couldn't grow because the bandages kept away the light that it needs to grow further. And her guides asked me the following questions that I passed on to her. What are you afraid of hearing? What are you afraid of seeing? What are you trying to protect instead of giving it the light and the visibility that it needs to grow? I clearly felt that this little seed is something bigger than she allowed herself to be so far. And I want to share her reply when I shared what I had seen in our session and the questions that her guides asked me to give her. So here's her reply. Hi, Rosemary. Thanks so much. Yes, it makes sense. I have been trying to come to terms with the ugliness potential in humanity. I've wanted everyone to be at the same level of love and light, but in reality, most aren't there yet. And I have to accept that and let it be okay. So there's much in the world today that I don't want to hear or see. And I wasn't really surprised that she experiences physical symptoms with bad hearing that suddenly showed up. So many star seeds and light workers, me definitely included, are struggling with this. It's about the struggle to look at the world as it is. It's about not really wanting to see or hear or witness or experience what really is right now. And I totally get it. Life is hard to look at. I mean, humanity is hard to look at, right? What happens in the world is hard to look at. And recently in the group, there was a post about having difficulty or finding it hard to love humanity, doing it but finding it hard to love humanity. And if you find it hard to love humanity, to love the world as it is, I feel that you're giving away your power. And in this video, I'm going to explain and show you how to stop giving away your power so that you can be the beacon of love and light that you came here to be in your very own unique way. And I believe being a beacon of love and light is what we came here to be. So the conversation that we're going to have today is really about the topic of contrast in the world. And what do I mean when I say contrast? Just by being here on earth means we are, all of us, confronted with a huge variety of things that you might love, that you might like, that you don't really care for, that you hate, or that you don't even want to look at because it's so disgusting. You would actually need to live in a cave not to experience such contrast. Maybe you experience it yourself, or you hear about it, you hear someone talk about it, you witness it, you see it. I mean, look at the news. It's inevitable if you watch the news that you will know the latest death toll or atrocities in the world. So this whole variety of things on earth, that is contrast. This huge, huge variety, that is contrast. And here's the cure. And that might sound easy, and I'm going to deepen into that. The cure is to just be love and to just be the light. Sounds easy, right? Isn't, I know. So what do I mean by that? I mean, just be love and just be the light, no matter what others are doing, no matter what others are saying or not saying, and no matter what others are thinking or not thinking. Just being love, just being the light. If you focus on just being love, if you're just being the light, you're not giving away your power. You're firmly centered in your power, grounding your love, grounding your light here on earth, and inevitably spreading it powerfully. And you are giving away your power if you're looking out there, what others do or don't do, what others say or don't say, what others think or don't think. You are dimming your high vibration of being love and light. If you link being love and light to condition, a condition that things must change out there, that others must change, that the world must become the paradise that we remember from our spiritual home, our starseed home. You are lowering your high vibration of being love and light if you take stock to see if things have already changed in the world. I'm going to share my love and light, and then I take stock. Have people already changed? Do people already take care of nature? Do they realize how important nature is, that we are nature, that we are a part of Mother Nature? We dim our light, we lower our vibration if we take stock if there's still a war going on in Ukraine. And you are lowering your high vibration if you're focusing on what isn't working, if you're focusing on what goes wrong or what still goes wrong. And I believe your job, my job, our job is to be love and be the light. Be the beacon of light no matter what. In other words, unconditionally. And I firmly believe the world will profit from we can't go from 0 to 100. That's not possible and not necessary. But I believe the world will profit from a little dash, a little flavor of more unconditionally shared love and light from us. Because if we don't share love and light unconditionally, if we are just lowering our vibration, we are definitely dimming our light, and that means we cannot be of as much service as we could be. And I don't want that. I don't want that. That's not what I came here for. I want to ask you 3 questions that came up yesterday for me and that might add to our conversation here. So let me just share them, and I would be really curious to know what your answers are to these questions. I have my own, and I'm really curious to know your answers. So, first question. Do you think Source, the universe, God, the divine, no matter how you're calling it, that Source is a judging source? I believe we live in an all-encompassing universe, and judging or excluding, for me, that is definitely third dimensional, earthly stuff, I could also say, not fifth dimensional spirit magic. So contrast, emphasizing what we perceive as wrong. I don't want that. Wrong, 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 wrong. I only want that. Definitely judging from my place where I am. And I'm not saying I don't do that, but for me, that's definitely judging, maybe more third dimensional stuff than fifth dimensional stuff. Second question for you. I'm curious what you feel. So if this world is such a bad place to be, if this world is fucked up, if this world is filled with bad people, bad souls, if this is even a dangerous place for the universe, do you think, or do you feel you would have chosen to come here? I can only speak for myself. If this was a hopeless place to be, I wouldn't have come here. In me, I feel this clear, hell yes, so much is possible here. This is such a great place to be. Excited to hear what you feel. And the last question is, okay, if this world is such a bad place, don't you think Source or the universe, God, the divine, don't you think they would have the means to change things? Just one idea. They could send only souls to the earth that are solely contributing to making this paradise on earth. Just one example. And I think the universe is absolutely capable of doing that. But in my opinion, it's not what is happening here. We see it with what is going on in the world. It's not happening, and I believe it's for a good reason that it's not happening. So could it be that this planet with this plethora of contrast that makes us crazy, that makes it so hard for many of us to be this beacon of love and light? Could it be that planet Earth is invaluable for the growth of the universe exactly because of this darn contrast? And I believe so. I truly believe so. And let me share why I feel that contrast is so invaluable. Because it creates all these new desires that haven't been here before. Look at the war in Ukraine. There has never been a bigger desire for peace in Europe, maybe even the world, as it is now. So many invaluable new desires have been born. And this is, in my opinion, priceless, because a new desire means the universe just expanded. And that's what the universe needs. The universe needs expansion. That's what the universe needs. And a new desire means something new has been added that hasn't been here before in exactly this mix. And because of the contrast that we experience, that we perceive, so many new desires are being born, and that might be a new piece that I'm sharing here. I feel so many new desires are being born that are fully aligned with Source. And I believe that has never been here before. There haven't been more fully aligned desires that are fully aligned with Source ever before, in my opinion, because never before have there been so many evolved souls on Earth. Never before. And hello, you're one of them. I believe we all belong to these evolved souls who chose to come here to planet Earth in these critical times because of this contrasting world. because we knew we will give birth to new desires that are higher vibrational than ever. That's what I believe. And I want to share something with you that I really want you to savor for a moment. Thanks to the contrast, our desires that we are giving birth to, our desires are leading edge. And this has never before happened. And again, it only happens because of the contrast that we have here on Earth. So you, wonderful starseed sister, you are continuously giving birth to leading edge, highly aligned new desires. And I want to end this video with two invitations for you, of course. I invite you, first of all, I invite you to shift your perspective and just start embracing and start welcoming contrast, just starting it, not trying to go from 0 to way, how amazing, just starting to welcome, starting to embrace contrast a little more, because contrast is here to give us the possibility to give birth to new leading edge, highly aligned desires that have never ever been here before. That's the first invitation. And the second one is I invite you to unconditionally be a beacon of love and light. You didn't come here to drown in all the contrast, in all the things you don't like, in all the things you hate. You didn't come here to continuously put your focus on what you don't like, because you give birth to new desires just by being here on planet Earth, by experiencing, by just witnessing of what's going on here, by hearing about what's going on here. There's no need at all to focus on all the bad stuff that you don't like, because the good that comes out of this contrast has already happened. You already have given birth to new desires. As soon as you are part of this contrast, it happens automatically. So no need to continuously look at what you don't like. And when you have given birth to a new desire, you are invited to bridge the gap to these new desires. And there's this easy way to do it by focusing on your desire unconditionally, by being love and being the light, by being a beacon of love and light, no matter what. So this is my perspective on contrast and how we can deal with all the things that are going on in the world that we might not like, that are hard for us to look at. And I'm really, excited and curious to see how this lands with you. And I invite you to share it in the comments, and I invite you to have a leading edge conversation about this. And give me a moment to look at the comments. And I'm sorry if I don't mention your name. I'm live with StreamYard, so I just see the comment and I don't see your name, who posted it. Hello from Georgia. Hello to Georgia from Switzerland. And there's someone there from Mauritius. Oh my God, how amazing. And hello, glad you made it live. So please share with me your takeaways, how you perceive contrast, how it landed with you, how I see contrast. And I'm excited to see what you post, and also excited to see you again in the group, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Sending love and light to all the beacons of love and light out there. Bye for now. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.